Hello and welcome to RPGs Uncovered. We are back with another episode of From Behind These Eyes, our four-person narrative adventure using Baldur's Gate 3 as our little adventure module, and it's been a fun time so far. As usual, we're going to keep the intros pretty light. Do stay tuned for our outros, though, because I have some pretty cool stuff to tease. I've been making myself way too busy lately, and hopefully that will continue. But for now, let's introduce all our characters like we normally do. We have a couple new returning faces on camera for this week, which is exciting to say. So everyone, let's say hello to Zach playing Veken.
Hey everybody. Hey everybody. I'm Zach. I'm going to be playing Veken Mountain Home, the Gold Dwarf, Bard, College of Sword, Fiend Warlock, and Merchant, Entertainer. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens next in this.
Yeah. All right. Down the list somewhere around here, we have the Eye.
I am the Eye. Play Cindarl, the paladin, barbarian, pirate, follower of Tempest, god of war. Yeah.
All right. And joining us back on camera, we have everybody's favorite wizard, Tal.
Hey everyone, I'm Tal. You all the gamers rest on all the socials, but yes, I'm playing the Half-Orc wizard Victor Ash, who is absolutely trustworthy and always knows what he's doing.
Never once has injured a companion.
Or
Never once.
Or himself, or said the wrong thing,
Yeah.
or been oblivious to someone trying
someone's
on him.
advances.
And finally, hello, you all know who I am. I'm Jack. I'm here all the time. I am, of course, reprising my role as Xre'nav'Ira, our Gloomstalker Ranger Assassin, a Githzarai spy who has finally walked away from spending way too much time with Githyanki and has found refound a bit more of her heart and social ability with this wacky cast of characters we have. So before we get moving on, because there's a lot to do today, actually, we'll see how far we get. We are right in that transition area between Act 2 and 3. Last episode, we kicked Kethric's ass and then kicked Merkel's ass. So that is one of the Dread 3 taken care of. And we just long rested. We had a little bit of a conversation, a little bit of heart to heart, talked to a whole bunch of companions, and I believe now we are set to march our way to Baldur's Gate and see what happens
Yes.
along the way.
We do have a scratch notification.
Yes.
We do have a scratch notification. I do believe we have a roleplay session between Cindarl and Nav that needs to take place.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, let's start us off with the one that has a prompt and is a bit more lighthearted as our cold open. Let's have Veken play with his dog.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he
What you
holds
got
in
there?
his mouth.
Oh, I didn't know that was what it was going to say. What do you got there, Scratch? Hand that over.
Your master, I got you some more trash.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Oh, you sweet boy. Thank you for the potion of healing.
I
Come
thought
here.
he bleeds a lot.
I'm going to bleed my textures into yours real quick, okay?
That's probably the
There we
only time
go.
I've seen Scratch bring you anything remotely usable.
Thank you, Scratch. Okay, that's me.
Awesome.
All right. So Cindarl wants to talk to Nav.
Mm-hmm. You will find Cindarl on the opposite end of the camp, sitting cross-legged with a egg between
What?
his legs.
What? Right. What?
You accidentally clicked the bed when
Please.
you disappeared.
I didn't click the bedroll though.
What did you do?
I
What
didn't.
now?
I didn't click the bedroll. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
Are you in combat?
No,
Sorry,
he's
no,
back.
I'm back.
Fine.
Okay.
Just
Alright, as long as you're not
randomly
in combat.
teleporting again. At least you didn't throw
Sorry.
yourself down this giant bottomless chasm in our camp.
Well, I mean, it
Almost
could have
did
happened.
that.
Sorry, please carry on.
So Cindarl is roosting.
Over a Githyanki egg, yep.
Okay.
And you'll notice like he's breathing on it, and you'll notice like there's heat. Like he's controlling his breath to the point where it's just like a hot enough air to keep the egg warm. And he looks up at Nav. We haven't really discussed our plans for this youngling.
Right. Fortunately, Gith eggs are quite resilient. They can keep for some time, though I do believe hearing that this one is past its normal incubation period. I do wonder if it will hatch.
He blinks and he looks down at it. I do not think it's dead.
Some paternal instinct you're developing, Cindarl.
I do not like the idea of leaving a child to die. And since it was our actions that removed it from its place of normalcy birth, I felt honor bound to do something about it.
Well, Gith eggs are quite resilient. They don't generally require the same tending as other creatures. We don't exactly roost, though I'm sure you are providing whoever is in there quite some comfort. The young will survive if it is strong enough to survive. That sounds harsh, but it is the physiology of our people. And it will break out when it is strong enough to do so, or it won't.
Cindarl nods. Kind of like cocks his head and goes, if I thought it would help, some Dragonborn throat singing, but I don't want to shatter its ears.
Well, the shells are quite thick. I'm sure it couldn't hurt. Perhaps it was in some way destined or waiting for a better nurturing environment than where we found it.
Cindarl nods and he wraps it in like 15 blankets before like putting it back in a safe spot, and then stands up.
I do hope that at some point we do find a place for it. They are resilient, but I don't think a campaign against some cult of an elder brain is really the best place for an unborn child, or a born child at that matter. But
other children have survived worse.
yes, I suppose they have. And it's very unlikely that we're going to find another Githzarai, and certainly not a base. We don't crash in the other planes like the Githyanki do. Not often, at least. But we saved it from a Githyanki raising and whatever that crazy old woman was going to do with it.
Quite. Well, I suppose we should pack up for Baldur's Gate then.
Do you have any intention of raising this young?
He looks very not confused, but unable to really put his thoughts to the table on that, and says, if I am the only one that can, if we do not find another place for it, I see no other option. To you?
I suppose that is a practical way of looking at it. A Githyanki would likely, well, abandon it if it's an inconvenience, a detriment, or try to raise it harshly and see if it survives. A way of life that is instilled from the very beginning. I can't say that Githzarai upbringings is any less regimented, and in ways harsh, but less savage. We'll see if there's anywhere in Baldur's Gate that may be able to take this. If we deem it a good place. I suppose you deem it a good place. Though, I will have my say.
Of course, I would not have it any other way. You know better than I of a suitable location for such.
I do wonder what a Gith of either tribe what sort of upbringing and what life they would be perceived as here on Toril. Most people of this plane and many others are only familiar with my skin associated with savagery, with the Xre'nav'Ira, or with the Githyanki.
Cindarl shows off a very, very sharp tooth grin. Goes, you think it's any different for us?
No, I suppose not. Well, I guess, no two better unexpected parents. I'll sort of smack you on the shoulder awkwardly and turn and walk away. unless you say more.
Cindarl at that just kind of stares off into the void for a minute before shaking his head and walking behind her.
That was sweet.
Perfect.
All
That's
right.
Very good. All right, the animals are all set. The owlbear appreciates you, Nav.
Right.
I think everybody's
More for our
all
circus.
of you. Well, we need all the circus we can get.
No, that's true. I imagine a full-grown owlbear, should it remain domesticated, could be quite a combatant on the field.
I'm sure.
Wonder if I could learn to mount it.
Give
Things
it
for
some
the
time.
future.
They tend to grow fairly quickly.
Yes.
Being a monstrosity is not a beast. They do that.
Huh. I didn't realize they weren't creatures, they were monstrosities. Interesting.
It's an odd one, but
The
it's
way
fun
your
to go.
Toro colleges classify various creatures is always quite amusing.
Oh, it actually is considered a beast in this game.
It is, yes.
Never mind. Being a beast, it's an odd
Yes,
way that they grow.
I always assumed that.
Well,
Right.
I think it's time to start packing up and move on.
Ugh,
I believe we have a long walk. And
I, for
hopefully...
one, am in no hurry to return to Baldur's Gate after my last visit. Ugh.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll see
tell
what
us about
state
all
it
the
is in
rest.
when we get there. With this army apparently ahead of us.
So I only have end the day options with the pack, so I guess we're just
We could just leave, can't we?
just leave.
Yeah.
Leave camp.
Okay.
I saw that too.
Mhm.
It said leave camp earlier.
Maybe because Cal.
Oh, because I left, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me.
I'm at the last light.
Of course it
Thanks
was.
for watching out for me.
I'm waiting for other players.
Could have tossed me back in the shadows.
The black void of loading screens.
No fist left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And
Glad
now
that's
the
still case.
fuzzy, gooey void of very limited textures.
Food, medicine.
Ah, my favorite.
For feeling luxurious.
All right. Me and Tal are still at the bottom of the tower.
I am at the bridge across from the tower.
All right.
I'm loading.
Good.
Because for when you all left, it said waiting for other players for me.
Hmm.
Man, I forgot how much we
What's
did
inside?
here.
Yeah.
The road to Baldur's
Oh,
Gate
yeah.
is west of the town.
We went for it.
If we hurry, we'll arrive
Troops
before
ready?
the absolute forces.
enough?
Gods, I can't wait to be back home.
Oh,
road to
right,
Baldur's
that's-
Gate
I
is
just need
west
to
of
do
the town.
one
If we
thing.
we'll arrive before
Ready.
the absolute forces.
Yes.
Dad, you forgot to give us Long Strider. How dare you?
Oh, I might have done that after you saved last
after-
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I found another one of these wretched worms.
They are littering this place.
I ought to do the rounds again.
Oh,
Interesting.
Everyone's wrecked. Leave them be.
Fair enough.
Where's Victor?
I'm here. Don't.
Alright.
Sorry.
The
I
road to
was
Baldur's Gate is
looking at
west
some of the
of
dead
town.
bodies.
If we hurry, we'll arrive before
Making
the
more
absolute
friends.
forces.
Attempting
I see
to,
what you
but
did
it
there.
didn't work for some reason.
Fire arrow for Nav.
Oh.
Harper Donner. You know, for Harpers, they didn't really come that heavily equipped, did they?
I had expected better of them. I thought they were supposed to be kind of legendary.
No, they're a network of bards and spies. What are you talking about?
It's a good point.
Yeah, where am I going?
Ah.
Going the wrong way.
Following some
Nope. Oh, well,
bad pathing. I don't usually get bad pathing, but did this time.
oh,
We start down.
right. I'm going to follow you, Nav.
Well, let's see where the pathing takes us. I think we cleared out every fight here.
I think so
What?
too.
Well, I mean, if you want to find it, then you've come to the right person.
The road to Baldur's Gate is up. Coming back.
Ah, yes, there's Cindarl.
Oh, this is
Sorry,
interesting. actually.
sorry.
My computer is not loving loading this right now. Oh, there is a battle.
To kill you. I won't make the
I
same
told you.
mistake.
Oh no, get
Gith Yankee.
Yankee right in front of us. Directly in front of us, actually.
Where did they come from?
Cindarl suddenly finds himself surrounded and just smiles and goes, Nav, some of your friends have found us.
Yes. Old pals.
They're
Let me
holding swords very
introduce them to
strangely
you.
in my game.
Yeah, they do that.
Well, I assume that you all can take care of the two down here.
Of course, yes. Cindarl, that one's right in front of me, though, Cindarl.
Oh, don't worry
I
about
did
it.
ask.
So they are.
Cindarl, they've got big swords.
You just loaded in for me.
I did ask if you could
Thank
take
you,
care of
Nav.
the two down here, did I not?
Well, I didn't
did
realize how close they were. It's okay. Nav's sorting things out for me.
business, I'll be fine.
The shift key failed me.
Oh no.
It's not a good start to the day.
Not the most pleasant of ways to start.
That's a morning exercise.
What the hell? Oh,
Do have to
let me
commend
see.
the Gith Yankees' perseverance. I thought they may have forgotten about us.
I forgot about them.
Let's, there we go. Right.
What does
Well,
Nav feel about raising undead from a Gith Yankee?
There we go. That's it. Marvelous.
It's not what I would
Right.
prefer for one of my
Basket.
distant cousins, but
Crit.
Well
On the
done,
battlefield.
basket.
Ah,
Excellent.
in the hole.
I'm going to just go back here somewhere. There we go. Marvelous. Yes. Really want to.
For my queen.
Where are you going?
Oh.
Ooh.
That's what you were doing.
Well then.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's my turn.
Well,
Everyone has Misty Step.
yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do actually.
No, really.
Our
Uh,
wizard's the only one.
Well, I
without
don't
Misty
think it's. I don't think I've got it prepared. No, I've not got it prepared.
And then we'll just.
Step. Nice.
Ooh.
Come on, you.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Teleport, push, teleport again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it forces us to long rest at the end of this anyway.
Yeah, pretty quickly, so we can really
Yeah, so-
go at it.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Well,
That scream is so cool.
your leader decided to push me towards you, so unfortunately, you have a problem now.
I've got the one down here. Don't worry.
Well, Blacketh will be upset with
May
her.
the gods take you first.
Blacketh will have to come to terms that she is not the sole proprietor of
Death.
Gith actionability.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh.
Yes.
Or have many targets. Ugh. Right then.
Well then.
Okay. Let's see. What can we do? Maybe.
Let me just take a couple steps.
Let's
Path
try
is
this.
interrupted.
Marvelous. There we go.
That is actually quite a feat, Tal. Or, sorry, Victor. Sorry, my nose is bleeding. That's strange.
Excellent work, Susan.
Mental
Well, I
domination
can't
on a
hit
Gith.
anybody else.
It was fine. You know, it's a new thing I'm trying.
Well,
That's it.
let us hope we deal with it before it regains its faculties, or else it will kill you in the
indeed.
most devastating and painful way.
Yes, I don't think it will like the fact that I've dominated it.
Really?
This weirdly like advantageous position for it.
Thinking.
It has one
Maybe
HP
hit.
left.
There
So.
you go. And oh, the dominated one stays. How long does that last?
It'll pop up in a second.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 8 rounds.
I'm gonna come up here then. There we go.
Yeah, let's just turn base and
Surround
snipe
it.
I think you could drop it, can't you?
That's okay. I'm gonna. Actually, no.
Oh, it's dead. Just don't worry about it.
There we go.
Hit it so hard it started T-posing. Well,
wow. That was
Now let's
that was
see.
sudden.
Let's see what they were
Oh.
doing here.
Susan's
Well,
taken
she
a
said
lot
she
of
was
damage,
coming
I'm
for the,
afraid.
Do
She
what
said she
has
was
been.
coming to look for the artifact. So
Yes, another one of our
Ooh.
plates. Do what has been
Telekinesis.
asked of you. Stop the interlopers. Take back what is mine, else your punishment will be severe. By order of your queen. Well, fortunately, we saved this Charai from that fate.
do you
It is.
does this psionic gear look like it'd be
Shadow curse
useful
will
to you,
soon be forgotten,
Nev?
thanks to us.
Dark Justiciars, who fell long ago in service of Shah and
No,
Catherick
not
Thorn.
particularly. Not better than what I
Well,
have.
Send it to the camp, I guess.
Do you think if I spoke to one of these dead
We can't.
Yankee,
Remember
we
that
might.
they don't talk to you when you're the one who killed them.
But I don't think he's the one that killed.
Yes.
I mean, you
No,
can
I
try.
didn't kill anybody. Let me give it a little go.
Do you not have a way to disguise yourself?
That's a really good point, actually. Let me just have a quick check. Let's see. Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Do.
unfortunately, none of these are particularly good.
Okay, let me.
Can you make yourself look like a Gith?
I can certainly try. Let me just need to concentrate a moment.
Now you've become encumbered.
Yes, let me distribute some of this gear I've been picking up.
Marvelous.
Oh, we all seem to be fairly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I can make myself a fair bit lighter. Oh, wow. How did I get so much weight all of a sudden?
Because I just gave you some stuff.
Ah, okay. I was like, I thought I was much lighter. Are they aware?
Didn't want to talk to me after all.
Moreover,
Well, aren't you looking lovely today, Victor?
No, thank you very much. Yes, it's
Another
it's
note,
a
that's
new
exactly
thing I'm
what
trying.
Another note, that's almost exactly what my solo character looks like.
Hmm.
Where's my headband gone?
open up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shall change back. I don't want to offend. Except I took the helmet off. I put the helmet back on in order to cancel it. Oh dear. So frustrating. That. Marvelous. Well, it was worth a try. But, no luck, I'm afraid.
I doubt we would have gotten any more information than we already have. Another one of Lakith's mindless soldiers.
Looks like an army march through here.
Where's Susan gone?
Who?
Oh, my skeleton.
Oh, probably ran out of time.
They don't
Yeah,
last
just
long.
stick with me. I know this is different. I should stick with me until the end of the day.
Well,
I'm
we
not
have a
sure what to
long
tell you.
journey, and hopefully it will be uneventful.
Look, dead bodies. Sorry, uneventful. Yes, that's what I meant.
What? Oh, it loaded me
The
back.
curse has
to
been
the-
lifted. Hands cleansed of the shadows.
Oh man,
Bethric's
textures.
reign
Oh.
of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in
Look at
this
everything
at
load
least,
in.
you have triumphed.
Oh,
That's such an awkward transition.
Yeah.
Like, they really could have made the statue crumble or something, but no, it just kind of...
Poofs.
Well, it doesn't even poof, it just comes
Yeah.
out and just phases through the statue.
not bad.
Ah, right. Sunlight.
I'm just beginning to forget what that feels like.
It
Between
has
the
been a
other-
while, hasn't it?
Well,
Feels like it's been months.
growing up between the Astral Sea and the Underdark. It's a commodity to be out in the sun.
Now, I have
Never
a
been to the
question.
beach now.
Well, I was just about to ask, is the Astral Sea an actual sea, as in like an ocean that you
We've
sail
been
across, or?
to a pocket of the Astral Sea. I believe it is... That's what is encapsulated in this artifact. No, it's not a sea as in water.
This
I
is
think
a
we have
weird one
seen-
for me. It's the only time that we see something that our characters are not around for.
It wasn't letting me like load into it.
Yeah, it takes a second. There we are.
It's the only cinematic that does that. It's strange.
Yeah.
Dear.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my
Dear.
lord. But there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the flaming fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir. Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free.
Yeah.
These quakes are just the start.
Itch to blow you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Wasn't there a painter there?
He ran off.
He ran away.
I didn't see
What?
that. But...
Mhm.
My biggest problem with that cinematic is showing that Orin can do that.
Yeah, kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
There's foreshadowing, and then there's giving it away.
Telling you.
Yeah. Veken making a fire. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm just seeing Nav climbing. I haven't seen
Beyond
you
the
make a fire.
campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence. One sleep away.
Veken just isn't there.
It was there for me.
It wasn't there
It
for
wasn't
me.
there for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw Veken making a fire, and Cindarl has continuously refused to wear a shirt.
Oh, dear.
hmm
Nav, how do you feel about? Have you ever been to Baldur's Gate?
No, I have not.
I feel like you're gonna hate it, but I
Very
think
likely.
it is.
Oh, it's awful.
Well, you're being a little bit overly dramatic, but no, it's just
Mm,
it's different.
the one time I went there, I was captured and was left rotting in a jail cell. So you could say my experience is a little bit coloured by what happened to me, yes.
Well, what did you do? Did you deserve it?
I didn't do anything. Veken, how could you say such a thing of me? Of course I didn't deserve it.
Well, I don't know. I've seen some necromancy in broad daylight, and I've seen.
That's just as a necessity, and I didn't know any necromancy before this outing.
Light on my feet.
I mean, yeah, it's got its issues. It's definitely incredibly corrupt and filled with totally. Well, it's a city. What am I saying? Nav, I feel like you won't like it because it's very busy.
Hmm.
It's loud. It smells not bad, but there's some places. There's like bakeries and food.
Well, we aren't there for
Feel the
sightseeing.
waters.
Cindarl leans against a box and looks down at Veken and goes, "You forgot about the brothels."
There are brothels, yes, but yeah, it's all over the place. What am I saying? The brothels are good. The food's good. The people are generally okay. Might be a carnival in town. Sometimes there's a festival.
Ugh.
All the frivolities that you people waste your time on.
Frivolities give life. Why survive? Why live if there's nothing to do but survive?
There are more intellectual, practical, self-improving pursuits.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Cindarl
Oh, there's a library.
Of course there's a library. It's
Is
one of
it
the
any good?
It's one of the biggest outside of Candlekeep.
Oh, well, we must check in on that if that suits everyone.
Though there are its issues. I'm sure you know some. The Zents usually have a way in and out of it. I feel like everybody has an in there. There's like, and not like an in as in like a pace, but like any faction. It's so many people, so large that it's really easy to sneak the nasty underbelly in. Nav, I think that we're just gonna have to long rest after this, and it's gonna make us reset all that stuff.
Always good to be prepared.
We travel.
We have to run very fast to bed.
Well, let's get up early to get our movement going tomorrow. So I'm going to go to sleep.
Yes, indeed.
See what the city brings us.
Good night.
Ruin, I suspect.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon
So we're
you.
looking at Cindarl, or are we?
The
Yep,
rest is
I'm looking at
slow to
Cindarl.
come
Yep.
to one whose mind is so
Look at that
full.
man! Look at that! Look at that beast
The
of a man!
Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the dead three.
This
They
horn
mean to
clipping
use
it.
It's a
it
very
to take
strange
control of
angle
the
for the
Sword
Dragonborn.
Coast.
Mm.
All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the dead three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
Ooh.
I will dominate the world. I think the closest answer is 4. I don't care. I don't think he cares about being a hero, but definitely cares about glory. So we're gonna go 4.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say that.
Tempest.
You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep.
I know it's trying to
But sleep
simulate
is not for you.
a GM. Oh.
The reckoning is upon us. The leader for domination. March. Join power.
Ugh. Oh,
Run, come quickly.
what the
I can't
hell?
do this without you.
Get to
Escape to the portal.
A rude awakening.
I know it was supposed to simulate a GM, but it felt like that was a lot of tell not shit.
Yeah.
Run into the portal.
Where is the portal, Cindarl?
Behind.
Oh, I see. Right. Veken, stick with me. I'll expedite our movement there.
If you wish.
I think just one of us has to get there. I think. Oh, punching me. Oh,
Fucking punched you in the face.
More
These fucking monks just
Hurry,
come out of
or
nowhere.
we will all become thralls.
This would be the worst time to take a nap.
All right, let's get over
Here
there.
we go. Yes. Choose a target to teleport. Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on.
waiting for him to teleport further away.
One without Veken.
That's why I haven't done anything yet.
Off cliff.
Did it?
Ah, here we go.
It's not over. Come to. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Oh, yeah, just one of us hasn't make it.
Yep.
Ah,
Well,
Oh.
this is new.
I still can't see. I'm reeling from all that. Oh, this is new.
Right. This is not good.
My computer is not having a good time trying to load today.
This is a lot of colors, textures for your computer, I think.
Victor always looks worried.
computer. Is the thing. It's just one of those.
Oh.
Your days.
I think we have a problem.
My problem is that I'm not loading. Ah, there it is.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Okay.
I didn't see what happened. It just loaded me through it.
Ah.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Right. Okay. Let me see.
Why are there intellect devourers here?
I do not know. Oh, well,
Right, okay, well, that's why my spell doesn't have a target.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
They aren't
Why are they friendly?
Oh, ooh.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Is that the voice? The
Our protector, yes.
Can't say I've ever run towards a huge floating skull before, but, you know, it's always something new.
What is this?
Oh. Nav?
Yake. I don't think these are Githyanki.
Githzarai?
And how did an Illithid get here? The whole point is to keep those things out.
I don't understand what's going on.
That can't be.
Nav, what are you telling? What's going on?
Before you do anything, the Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you.
No.
No.
I am the one that came to you in your dreams.
Cindarl's not the right one for this. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. Prove to me this is who you are.
You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. I told you about my room in the Elsong Tavern that night when you held me. I was vulnerable. You comforted me. Your continued existence as yourself and not a mind flayer should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
Oh.
More geek mind games, either way. I always knew there was something I did not like about that dream woman.
At least she tells the truth.
Destroy the god. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now.
Ugh.
I don't want to turn into a mind flayer.
Well, none of us do.
Cindarl looks at Nav very, like, confused. I'm not.
I think this would be the scene where everybody's looking at Nav.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Nav is just standing there, face contorted, fist gripped at her sides. is just staring at this thing. Slowly shakes her head. More cake trickery. Of course, of course. We know this is the only thing that is apparently keeping us from changing. We've met other illithid that play the ruse of being removed.
This one did step up to Vlaakith for us, though.
Yes, there is that. Perhaps
That
these
is
are
true.
Githyanki, and if so, if they aim to stop whatever is protecting us, we do have to stop them. But when that is over, we need
We deal
real
with it later.
answers.
Agreed.
Together,
Agreed.
we can turn the tide.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Of course, I am very far away.
Oh shit, I just read the title of who that is.
The Emperor?
No.
Oh, Orpheus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so much more.
Yeah, it gets very lore heavy from here on out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wait till you learn more about the Emperor.
And unfortunately, I was pretty far away when that cutscene hit. It's gonna take me a bit to get to you guys.
Well, you can jump super far right now. So
That is
Yeah,
true.
but I can't jump straight to the skull, and you only get one jump per turn, so I'm gonna be stuck over here for a bit. Did you have to walk into the fire in order to jump? Was that really necessary? Oh no, and of course I can't Misty Step either because both are bonus actions.
Yeah.
Of course there is nothing I can do all the way back here, right? I don't.
You don't have one of those teleporting arrows, do you?
I might.
Instead of
Good
taking this one?
call. Let's see. Where's my arrow
A
bag?
blink arrow or
This
something like
one?
that?
Go. Let's see. I don't think so. Those usually have
The
little
blue
teleport
usually, right?
orb things on them.
Yeah.
This one, no, that's an arrow salving. No, I do not have one actually.
I know they're pretty rare. I just wasn't sure if we had one or not.
Yeah. No, I don't.
No, that's unfortunate. It doesn't look like anybody else has one in their bag either.
Oh.
Nope. Ugh.
Oh my goodness.
Some fine tricks you have there.
Let me see. Well, it's got to be worth a try. Ah, yes.
It
Excellent.
is kind of weird that you're able to dominate a kid Yankee who's under protection.
Don't these ones have like resistance to like psychic too?
I think they would.
Oh,
No.
get
They
rocked.
get a +3 bonus to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Yeah, they have pretty good saves. I'm surprised that's working.
Well, it was working. I don't believe it's working now. Wow.
That's a cool name for a spell.
Destroy the
What was it
Embrace
called?
the Inferno.
Oh, well, he just did it too.
He's a mind flayer. It's kind of
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. Veken, get up quickly.
I don't know what that was all about. All right, now. Take a seat.
Revenge. Excellent.
I just love my camera just like hard swinging to nav, just gently floating through the air.
Yeah. Is anyone within range?
Who's left?
We could level up this.
I think we're supposed. I think that's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes.
It'll be close.
Can't get far enough.
You might level. I don't think I will.
Let's see, what can I do? That might be... Yes, let's try that. Wow.
If we were still level 1, that would have been good.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'm held.
They get to you.
I'm on my way, Veken. I'm on my way.
Oh, can they just break mind control like on their turn?
Looks
Is
like
that what
it.
that is?
Yeah.
But they also have like a huge.
They have stillness of mind. The monk ability.
Yes.
Oh, the Emperor's twitching.
Yep.
Uh-oh. I'm coming, Veken. I'm coming.
Oh, I'm free now.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
They just took one of my turns away.
Now let me see. And, what can I do? Trying to do. Perhaps. Oh, Cindarl's here. Marvelous.
I've never been punched so often in my life. That's saying something.
Let's see. Ah, marvelous. Well, this might be overkill, but
Oh,
Did you just hit him?
why did I do that?
what did you cast?
Cal. Lightning bolt.
I cast a lightning bolt. Why didn't it hit?
At my back.
Why do you keep on hitting me?
I don't understand.
I thought my back was covered.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. What?
Whoa!
Oh, well,
Wow.
that's fascinating.
Oh no.
Well.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
The
The
Emperor
Emperor is
having a hard time.
Oh man. I am gonna need to make a short out of that.
Okay.
Put a little yakety sax behind that.
Excellent.
I just want this cutscene to just be the Emperor falling repeatedly.
Well, that's all worked out rather well in the end, didn't it?
See.
I wouldn't say that just yet.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Nab is the head of this conversation. Wonderful.
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the absolute.
And with you, are we any better off? I, more than the others, know just how guileful you can be with your generosities. Let's see what these options are.
Tell me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I need you to cease with your vagaries and distractions and tell me exactly who you are, what is happening here, and what your plans are. And if I am not satisfied, I will rend your skull apart from those writhing tentacles.
It's like I said before. I'm just like you.
You're nothing like me.
A great start.
An adventurer.
Oh.
I came from Baldur's
Floating
Gate,
in the sky.
though I was never one to be constrained by
Oh,
circumstance.
there's the building.
I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure to a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city.
Is that possible?
I sustained myself
Rarely.
on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work.
No.
I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, how weird is that for
People
me?
referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
Jeez. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir.
I hope you intended that dripping with sarcasm.
I have mixed feelings. The mercantile family, remember, the Knights of the Blue Shield. I have mixed emotions at the moment.
If you're not careful, your whole mind will be mixed.
Well, Warlock.
More Gake trickery, half-truths, lies. Can never be certain. They exist to enslave, in one way or another. She says, eyes never leaving his.
What's up with the Githyanki, though? That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, you've left out quite a bit of details, how you broke free first time, how you come to be free this time, how you protect us. I imagine it has something to do with him. Explain.
Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader
Orpheus.
of the Githyanki. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled his mother, Gith, to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire.
You don't need to lecture me about
Power she
Gith.
passed on to him, and I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackhead declared herself queen of your people.
They're not my people.
Blackhead wanted his power. He refused. And so she sealed him within this prison. His honor guard, ever loyal, followed him in. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved you have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
Orpheus is a great man. The son of our liberator. And you have him chained and enslaved once more. There's a Gith option.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
This explains why Vlaakith wanted this sphere so bad. Contains her greatest enemy, her greatest failing. I do
greatest
wonder,
weakness too.
were you even a concern for her when she ordered us inside? Kill you? Or was she simply
Good
concerned with
question.
Orpheus?
Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some of your people still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackheath was safe as long as you believed him dead. As you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the rest of your people ever find out what she's done, there will be civil war. Your queen will be finished.
Good. And you? How did you happen to find yourself here? In control? Are you the jailer now, or simply another prisoner?
No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prism. I was one of many, the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I
Access to
found it,
gods.
I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside and found Orpheus. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prism's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
All you needed to do is enslave one of the greatest figures of our liberation from your people. Yes.
It's I don't understand mind physiology too much, but if being around this thing frees the mind, this thing, Orpheus, my apologies. If it frees the mind, it could be at least mostly even kill. I don't know. Kill the big brain and free a whole lot of mind flayer, correct?
Potentially.
That too. Has that ever happened before, Nav? What are the ramifications of destroying an elder brain and releasing a ton of mind flayers with the will of their own?
Mind flayers have never known a life other than being puppeted for the grand design of their elder brains. They can't comprehend doing anything else but dominating. If not for the elder brain, then more dangerously for each individual one of them, like who we have standing here. A mind flayer with its own agency is just as dangerous, if not more so, than the ones shackled to their brains.
That is not a good thought, that there could be individuals who would... This is a worrying development, I'm not going to lie.
Regardless, we have one of the greatest figures of my people's history bound and chained and enslaved once again by those who would deem to control us for eternity. I will not have it. So explain to me, Gake, what exactly happens now if I decide to kill you and free this great man?
That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, you would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion, a pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
There's nothing alike between the two of us. He and his mother fought for our freedom. He might not appreciate. He might revile us for what is in our heads now, thanks to you and your kind. But if he has the power to keep us safe, we don't need you.
I will say, Nav, that that's only if Orpheus wishes to protect us at all.
Surely as his saviors.
Oh, we wouldn't be.
Gith, his mother, was the cornerstone of our temperance, our reason, our society, our free will. It may take some convincing, but I don't believe he would hold us in such contempt that he would throw us away, kill us.
Nav, I think you felt that rage and that hatred just as much as I did. I don't think you are completely truthful in that.
Would you not be enraged if you were bound here for what could be millennia? Used by former masters you thought you overthrew?
I would be, but I also do not wish to throw my life away just to do something that we can control for now and release it later. If this is the only thing keeping us alive, I will follow you as I have always done, Nav, but I am concerned about the idea of freeing one who would see us just as much as an enemy as this one before us now.
I have to agree with Nav. We can't leave him like this. We just can't.
Something to consider. Veken?
I have to agree with Cindarl about really thinking about, at least for now, keeping him contained. I don't like the idea of using another to keep us going like that, but we have information. If we deal with the dead three and the brain, maybe we can get these things out of our head and then come back for him, but I can't totally blame this one either. And he gestures toward the Emperor. If he's telling the truth, like, none of us want to become
not.
If
big
we were
if.
turned into Illithid. If we were turned into Illithid and then we suddenly got free will back, what would we do?
We wouldn't be ourselves. We would be mind flayers.
But is it your choice if you are controlled? Just like,
You're
think about
assuming
it this
there
way.
is anything left in there.
Well, what happens when you mind control one of those Gith to stab its friend?
That
Do
is
they blame
different.
themselves or do they blame you?
Yes, but it's not a parasite living and breathing. That parasite is still
That
in there,
is
still in
the
control.
parasite. That is the evolution of this. It is full body
Exactly.
ceremorphosis. Its brain is nothing more than recycled brain matter, gray matter. There has never been any evidence that Illithid retain anything but the barest of memories of their former selves. They certainly do not hold their humanity, morals. They are physiologically created to be indoctrinated and controlled, and to specifically do the same to others. I am no Illithid, and I do not intend to ever be.
You are already more illithid than you realize. It has improved you.
Oof.
You seek to
Not
reverse
the
an
thing to say.
inevitable process. A process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me.
Oh, way to kill my
Even if
argument,
my
Emperor.
original body remained
Yeah,
intact
right.
after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change.
All right, I see where you're getting at.
And what you have lost along the way, Veken.
Even Veken in game looks like, oh shit,
Yeah, that face right there.
There is no argument.
You fucking ass. You heard exactly what I said and then chose to make me look like a douche.
Like it or not, our chances of defeating the Elder Brain are substantially improved if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have
Absolutely
seen
not.
what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
I don't think there's anyone here that would agree to that.
I think Cindarl especially just sees Nav's hand slowly grip the knife at her side.
Yep. Victor's growling
I
under his
understand.
breath.
Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to deal with 3 gods of death and a giant magically enhanced Elder Brain. But in case you change your mind,
I'm gonna retcon that somebody else takes that.
Yeah,
Because she would swat it to the ground and step on it.
use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. We mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
There it is, more talk of control.
Is he still falling, or is he?
No, he's over here now.
Oh, okay.
Can we just kill him?
I think if you kill him, the game ends.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bad end.
Oh, yeah, it does kind of force you to railroad into this a little bit.
So if that's the case, I think that's a good roleplay option, because I think I don't know, for maybe he walks away, maybe we walk away, continue that conversation more, but I think
He slips through the floor.
right. No, at some point, like, Nav is just standing there looking at wherever he is. And I think she just grabs her bow and pulls it taut.
No, we don't have time. Let's go just in case something goes wrong.
Is anyone
You've seen what
actually
he can
stopping?
do.
Cindarl put his arms around her and whisper, "We have an army that we have to deal with at this time. We kill him now. Who knows what other foes we would create. Even if Orpheus does not kill us now, I do not think he would count us as an ally. If we want to fight an army, we have to do so with as many allies, even the ones we want dead. And trust me, I want this one dead as much as you do. But we have to fight an entire contingent of undead and absolute cultists on our own. I would rather have this one at least lying to us about his true intention while fighting alongside us."
She looses the arrow right between his feet. Storms off.
I am sorry. Please do not think we are abandoning you. This is not the end.
We'll be back on this.
Really? I can't get up there?
Ugh.
Oh.
Are we ready to leave?
Did everyone just death scream for anyone else?
Yeah, I screamed. I was okay. So I want to apologize. I did not think that he would be that big of an asshole immediately after
Really?
I
The
was
mind
like,
flayer. Not a
I
fucking
don't-
asshole.
I just.
Have you not been listening to anything I've been saying this entire time?
It's hard when you don't have experience with it.
It's.
I'm starting to get it. It's just, I assumed there would be a little bit more flexibility.
We are choosing to walk our path with that thing pulling at our leash.
Then let's get the brain and be the ones who tug the leash.
Cindarl is just watching each of you from a corner with his arms crossed, but he's especially watching Nav looking very sympathetic and very worried.
Every word that slips between those writhing tentacles into your ear is designed to control you, to force you, to persuade you to do only what it wants, to be happy about it, to think you are doing the right thing for it. It doesn't need its mental domination to do so, but I'm sure it helps, and we have no guarantee that we are safe from his, simply from the Elder Brains. It may
concern is that
have ended us, should we have killed him and freed Orpheus. But we very well could have made our decision with a lot of mental nudging from the good Emperor himself.
I don't want to keep that prince there. I feel like it came very quickly.
Every day he spends enslaved there, puppeted by that geich, is an insult to my very being. I would not exist if it was not for him, his mother. My people would not exist. Not even the Githyanki would exist, loath as they and their damned queen are to accept that. I do not believe he is beyond reasoning with, especially if he learns everything this cult, this absolute, this elder brain is doing. It would undo everything that he and his mother fought for.
Then might I suggest finding a way to free him without putting ourselves at risk?
Cindarl, I'm going to throw this out there. I think that even after we deal with this brain, we should put ourselves at risk if we can't sort this out.
Well, once we destroy the brain, freeing him would not be a problem.
And I intend to, whether it costs our lives or not.
I agree.
And I'll back you on that one. I think that if he's as powerful as his mother, even a part of it, I can't understand what you or your people have gone through. I really can't. I've lived incredibly privileged, and I mean, the mountain home, I never want for anything. But I know that your people, and both the Githzarai and the Githyanki are a major reason why more aren't in the position that you are. So, I'll, when this is all cast through and done, I will help you, even if it's at the cost of my own.
Let us hope, then, that we can retain our sanity and resolve until then. I'd be wary of listening to any more words that slime through this artifact.
On another note, I am very concerned that he could force us to, I believe the word he used was evolve?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm concerned about that.
In fact, somebody take this wretched thing from me, unless you intend to let me squash it.
I think we should put it in a box because that thing is too dangerous for just to be out there. It needs to be contained.
She throws it at your feet, Veken. It is now in your inventory.
Yeah, I see it. I can hold on to this sucker, or I can throw it in the chest with all the other ones. But I don't think that...
Put it in something, stop it well, and cover it up.
I just don't want Gortash to get it. That's really what I'm getting at.
Right. Still have those two to deal with. And the absolute.
Nah, that won't be.
And their gods as well. I can't imagine that they're going to let this end without making some kind of appearance.
I have no mind for strategizing right now. I need to
rest.
Fortify
Rest, move.
myself. Good night. Ooh, that was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As soon as I saw Nav was at the head of that conversation,
I was hoping that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This can end the game right here if we decide we win.
I'm surprised there wasn't just a attack him option.
Yeah, basically, if you attack him, he dies. Orpheus is free. You turn into a mind flayer. Like literally, that's what happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
With all the branching pathways in this game, and they forget the most important one. I really think they could have written a way that the game could have continued with Orpheus as your protector.
It makes sense. He's like, hey, I'm not strong enough to leave right now. You deal with it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can we take a quick break? Do we think that's possible?
Yeah, sure. We're about halfway through our normal time, and that
Yeah.
was a heavy scene. So yeah, let's take a quick break then.
Let's do that.
5-10 minutes, somewhere around there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hello, folks.
sure.
We are back for some more Baldur's Gate 3. Just outside of Rivington, I believe it is called, and we just got back from meeting our new best friend, the Emperor, who I totally wasn't just about to kill and end the game right there, because the writers forgot to write in a very important plot where any reasonable character would do so. But moving on. No, I thought everything the first half was so good. Let's jump back into this. I think we have some conversations before we move on. Who would like to take what?
I guess I'll talk to Karlak.
You talk to Karlak, then I'll talk to Jahira after.
Makes sense.
All right.
All right, Karlak, we've had a very bad night. What can I help you with?
Bursts into flames and dies.
Gods. A mind flayer's been getting their tentacles all over our dreams this whole time. I'm really not sure about putting any trust at all in this thing. It's already shown itself a liar. I've got my eyes.
I saw you blink at least 3 times in that conversation, but that's fine. Sure, I appreciate your candor.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk to Jahira then.
All right.
So your mysterious artifact, tamer of parasites, is only another parasite itself. How do you feel? Knowing the cost of keeping your
I don't like your
transformation at
attitude
bay.
right now, Jahira. I'm very conflicted at the moment. We still need the...
Nav is like around the corner listening
in.
We still need
I want
it.
to say yes. But then I was happy to work with a tainted true soul when it suited my ends. Illithids are monstrous creatures. But in the end, they are only that. Creatures. And if it can, a parasite will keep its host fat, happy, and safe. Until it is finished feeding, at least. Am I comforting you? I am not comforting myself. Use the Emperor as it would use you. Or discard it. My days of doubting you are done.
Now that we're traveling together, I realize I don't know
That
much
speaks
about you.
well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
Yeah, I guess we should know about that, because that's sort of important. You fought the
It was
Death Tree
Baal
before?
alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
You seem reluctant to discuss the past. Please, you're only one of
Don't
those
tell
things.
me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
Thanks.
I guess it's not now. Maybe the next long rest. I don't know. It's sometimes these conversations that we have to do are like, oh, you
They
have to talk about
activate
it.
at weird times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure this is going to be a weird day for Will, too. I never thought about him. Well, sucks to be Will.
That's strange. We didn't have a confirmation pop up.
No.
No.
One of these pictures for the loading screen looks a lot like what's the Skyrim city that has a bridge over a river? It's the
Whiterun?
Solitude?
It's the
Solitude.
capital of the Imperium in,
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
which one it was? I think it's Solitude.
Yeah, I think it's Solitude.
Yeah.
I do love seeing the art though.
Mhm.
Just like
Oh yeah.
hell yeah, leave Act 2.
Yep, we are officially in Act 3.
Mhm.
If it ever loads in.
Yeah. How
Taking his time.
anticlimactic it is, all of that. And then you get stuck behind a minute and a half long loading screen.
It does have to render a lot for this.
Yeah.
This
It's loaded in a big
entrance.
Well,
area.
like it's huge,
You
isn't
must
it?
find where Gort and Orin, the
And this is one of
themselves,
3 areas.
and take their nether stone.
3? Yeah, technically 3. Like 3 main areas.
Mhm.
and shit.
Yeah, so after all of that, we're finally getting to Baldur's Gate. No, we still have to kick around this gate town for another 12 hours.
Moving
Suburbs.
in. More for me.
Oh,
Did not think I would
What's
have to come
happening?
back here again.
it's nice to go home.
You. I think you're the only one from here.
Well, things change as you grow. You learn things. Vienna.
What's hiding here?
Why do these children keep finding me?
Yeah, you're not exactly the one that is great when kids approach to find parents.
Where did you last see your mother?
She was sick. She had spots on her face and hands. She went to go get some herbs, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I like how there's money or food and not both.
Mhm.
I don't know where your mom is, but here, this should at least help you for the time. Hands him 5 gold, which is actually a lot of money.
Thank you so much. I don't have anything, and you can't do anything without any coin. I'll pay you back when I find my mum.
I'm sure you will, child.
Let us hope that kid does not get mugged, or worse. We just handed over a year's salary to him.
I'm gonna.
The way he describes his mother sounds like some kind of disease. Should we be worried?
Should always be worried.
For much? Just the investment to get me started.
But yes, there are a lot of people here.
You see the city?
Yeah.
It's
This is nothing. You just you wait.
I need to turn down the volume of all of these NPCs talking at once. Oh man.
Which of these chickens can I talk to? None of them. Fucking 2 out of 10.
Failure of a game. Get rid of it.
There are too many people here. I do not like this one bit.
Here, everyone stand still for a moment.
Ah, much better.
I didn't do you yet. Get back here.
Oh, sorry.
I
There.
may recognize that ox. Hold on a second.
You used to familiarizing yourself with cows.
Do try.
I did not recognize that ox. I thought it was the ox that was with the tieflings. But
We killed that ox?
not that ox. That was the weird ox. There was a
That was
couple.
the... Yes. That was the...
What is it?
So what now? Where do we go?
Well, that depends. Do we just want to go
The
to
place
Baldur's
was
Gate?
empty.
Or
Keep those thugs
do
away
we want
from
to
my
listen
family.
and see what's going on?
Xre'nav'Ira! Get these squatters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
Everyone calm. Please explain what is happening here.
I don't see why I should be explaining myself. It's my property. They are on it, unlawfully.
Look, we needed somewhere to live. This place was empty and it had walls. I've got children for tears' sake.
This gate does have squatters' rights, just so you know.
Oh, does it? Well.
Yeah. At least we've always done that. He wasn't here. Use the building.
It gets cold out there at night, Mr. Gregorio. My kids will get sick. Please, we'll stay out of your way. We just need a roof.
This is my
That's
home. I may pride myself on my philanthropy, but I draw the line at being a halfway house. Look, time is money, and I'm losing both just standing here. Make your call, judge, before Xre'nav'Ira makes it for you.
Ooh.
We do have a number of potions if you want to fuck around with that.
And scrolls.
Well, for detect thoughts specifically, I think we have potions.
Feel for these people, but there are many of them. We'll be stuck here forever if we try to take care of each and every refugee.
Thing.
Ooh. Excuse me. Ooh.
Damn.
Well,
we do have forest.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
I can't let them stay here. What if the little brat gets into the basement?
Oh.
I hear all sorts of things about basements around here. What is yours used for?
My basement? Oh, nothing interesting, just materials. I'm a craftsman, you see. Look, I have some very valuable components in there. I need to get that lot out before they damage something.
Might I take a look?
Who do you think you are? Xre'nav'Ira, people are lining up to break into my property. Do something about it.
You paid us to protect you and your high-quality merchandise on the road. And we've since arrived at our destination. As I said, anything else is extra.
Ugh. This is the last time I hire someone from the guild. Fine. Here's the extra. Finish the job. Please show this meddler some of that famous Rivington hospitality.
You do not want to do that.
Knock them out.
Yeah.
Knock them out. Do not kill.
As you wish.
Must we?
Thank you.
Really?
They're just doing their jobs.
Their job is murder and extortion.
Yes,
So they're trying to kill us.
I will say that Veken has a little bit more knowledge of these parts. I will heed his call, as I have done for you, Nav, in the past.
Well, you know, if any of them go for a kid, take them out, though. But, like, let's be honest about that. Can we? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Look, I can't guarantee that Basket will obey when it comes to bloodshed, I'm afraid.
I am very not used to using melee. All right, there we go.
That's it. That's
a grave mistake.
Fun to see Nav in melee, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen it yet.
Very rarely.
Very cool.
Do I think I can? Probably can't take her out with this alone. Is this no, that's just part of extra attack. Yeah, let's see how long we can keep this on. I wonder if Hunter's Mark damage knows how to be passive.
It
or
is, from what I understand, because
non-lethal.
it's additional.
Okay.
It's weapon strike damage.
Yep, it worked.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. No. None of that now. Some of those thorns might have hit a child.
They rolled a 20.
No. What a shame. Now then, baskets. Yes, basket doesn't know how to do.
It's all right. I doubt Basket's gonna be able to kill one of these guys.
Right. Thank you to everybody for this.
Let's see.
Spells, however, I don't believe can be non-lethal.
Yeah.
Just whack him with your
Ah.
I think force damage should be able to be non-lethal. Other ones, probably not, but definitely force.
Let me see.
I don't know. Magic missiles being concussive, just like I don't see it for me personally, but
I mean, I'm unlikely to, knock anyone out, aren't I? But yes, I'll see what
you
I
can
What
probably
the
do some
crit?
damage with fire. Oh my god!
Whoa!
I called it.
Are you sure you're actually a wizard, Victor?
Well, yes,
I see.
Well, as orcs do, no. Really must stop trying to cast spells,
Oh, another bot, I see.
Oh, I see. Ah, excellent. I feel stronger already, Cindarl.
Oh, because I didn't kill them, it doesn't give me the weapon master attack.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It should probably be like incapacitate instead.
Yeah.
Really, even with... I can get there with my full movement. Why can't I target him?
Yeah, it's weird sometimes.
Did it accidentally dash as your regular action instead of your bonus?
No?
Well, it did say cunning action, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sometimes just have to go up to them and just do it manually.
Go to sleep.
You guys.
You sure we can't kill just one of them?
I get it. I genuinely understand.
It's going to be very difficult for me to hit them whilst they're there,
Just work with me here.
Two dwarves fighting on a barrel. I think this is a circus game.
Can you hit them with your stick?
I can, but here's the problem. Let me just see where
Make
is
sure your
the
passive's on too.
Well, that bard.
Here's the issue. I don't have an option to not do actual damage.
Should be under your
You don't have-
passives.
Yeah, it's passives. It's actually already on for you. You already had non-lethal on.
Oh, do I?
Yep. Once I activated it, I think it activates for everybody.
It activates for everybody.
Cool. Yes.
Bardic attack. Critic attack.
Bur-
1 damage.
Are you?
From 20 damage to 1 damage. Astounding.
Never mind, Victor. You just keep being you.
I got this.
All right, now go through their pockets.
Oh, we could rob them then, just not.
Oh, of course. You just don't want to get in trouble with the god.
Oh, and
But
we
they
leveled there.
started it. Oh yes.
Remember, if anybody needs to do their other level up, we need to change to the other mode.
Not if you already have it.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So, do we talk to Arthur now?
Oh.
I will talk to Arthur.
Interesting.
So I started this. And I noticed something odd about this.
Oh, we need to do the basement.
I'm now excited to get another character.
All right. You won. You won. What more do you want from me?
I think that's the most useful
Tal,
one.
we're in a scene.
Oh, right, hang on.
Oh, shit.
Bear with me. Oh, hang on. I'm on my way.
Well, with Xre'nav'Ira and the others gone,
They're
I don't
fine.
suppose you'll take no for an answer.
A little concussed, just...
All right, they can stay. Are you happy now? Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do.
Sure, man, if your means can find a room anywhere, or you could take them up on the offer of you living there too, but
The
that's
room
fine.
can wait. After what you've put me through, I need a drink.
Is he going
Knock
to
this one
cause
out,
us
too.
issues later on? Do you
Everybody in
still want to have a look at his basement? I'm very
Yes.
curious as to what might be down there. In that case, I won't level up just yet then.
Well,
Oh, you guys can go level up. I won't. I know.
No,
what
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bard? No. Warlock.
Quick level up then.
Hey guys,
Hey.
guess what I can do now? Guess what I can do now?
Mm,
Guess. I can smite.
nice.
You can what? Oh, yay. Ooh, poison spray. No, poison spray's garbage. What am I saying?
Let's see. Thunderwave. No.
Oh, mage hand.
The most useful spell in the game.
That's
I
a
know.
real quick level up. Level 5 rogue. One class feature, no options. Uncanny dodge. All right, I'm done.
There we go.
Congrats.
Wizard going through his spell book.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
That could
and
be fun.
Victor, when you get a chance, can you make me another one of those delightful potions?
Oh, look, I've got the materials, of course, Cindarl. I'd be more than happy to.
I have 20 charisma now.
Woo!
With all the components you're carrying that alchemy patch, I'm surprised you're not walking lopsided.
Yes, but it's I don't really have anything to extract.
Very well.
To threaten the children.
Most interesting.
Found the basement.
Interesting.
Ah, excellent.
Let me close these
Avoid
doors.
causing trouble.
Let me just.
Right in Nav's face.
Oh, sorry, Nav. I thought you were in here already.
I will end you.
There we go. Well, Cindarl, you'll be pleased to know that I can see invisible things now as well.
Wonderful. Nav, if you please.
Oh, I see.
Is it locked? Is there... What's in here? Nothing. Yes.
Easy.
All right, Cal, out of game.
Yes.
Do not move.
Okay.
Do not go anywhere. Do not do anything. Just go down here.
Okay, I will go down and...
Oh, shit.
Oh, all 4 of us failed their perception checks.
This place is trapped.
This place is the most trapped place in the entire game.
Oh, excellent.
Step carefully. That's a trap.
And oh man, and the
Oh,
pathing is crazy. Yeah, you gotta take this room like a foot at a time.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on then. Yeah. You probably won't need it, but
Well, would it help
Yeah.
if I summoned a servant and sent them to activate all the traps? Would that be a good idea?
I would rather not this place go on fire while we're in it, but thank you.
Okay, right. We'd want to avoid that kind of thing.
Does seem
no
that
wonder why he didn't want any kids to get down here.
he's rigged this place with fireworks.
Fucking what?
Let me just see. Do I have...
Maybe here for a while.
I think you just have to do the trip
You're
wires.
encumbered.
Have to do the.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. You can pick up the fireworks, but if I remember correctly, they're not all that useful.
No.
Yes, I don't seem to have any particularly useful spells for traps, I'm afraid. Maybe that's something I need to research at some point.
Watch how you go. There's a trap. Be
I
wary.
shall just step where you step,
I'm gonna
Cindarl.
save it in case something stupid happens.
Yeah. No, because it's,
I've
Well,
had...
it's a good thing we have those. It's a good thing we have those inspirations.
well, you can't use those for passive checks.
Oh, not for passive checks, but for any nat 1 trap rolls.
Yeah, it's just seeing the tripwires that is that's going to be the concern. But
Yes,
I have a plus 15 to perception. The checks themselves are a DC 10, and I have a 16 bonus.
Well.
Unless I roll a 1.
Oh, look, there's a unfinished stuffed bear there. Very strange.
Okay, don't
what's
go
that?
along the other corridor, but
Rigged firework. Okay.
chest as well.
What's with everybody in these bears?
Ooh. Interesting.
I doubt any of them actually hunted the bear to begin with.
No, I don't believe that they did. Fire Ember. Wow.
What's that over there?
A reasonably
Fire
difficult
Ember.
lock.
Tongs.
There you are, that's
What's
open.
that?
Someone can see what's in there while I keep going.
Gold. And a
A
note.
blackmail letter.
I don't read.
A package still waiting for you at Felagree's. You better not be late again, or we'll start to wonder if you really committed it. You claim to be. Pick it up with teddy bears. Make your donation. It could be simpler, really. If still here this time tomorrow, we'll stuff you. As you well know, we want you to spare. All right, so
Looks like his generosity.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
folks,
Should I have a look at the case? Although I'm scared that.
I think you're okay.
Okay, I think
Just...
that is all the tripwires, though there are still dozens of these fireworks scattered about the place.
instructions for donation. Actually, let's check that out too.
shelf. No wine.
Read. Gift for refugees only. Please distribute.
Loot.
I am concerned that there are so many fireworks down here alongside children's toys.
It is odd.
Are they not usually distinct businesses?
Oh, very much so. It's a most unusual combination.
Considering how compromised this place may be with all the absolute cultists, such things could be, for lack of a better term, a firestorm of activity.
Oh, I mean, we could lure people down here and then set them all off. And
with us down here.
Could be a good one.
I believe that's more trouble than it's worth.
Oh, it's easy just to light them on fire up there. You can't hold that.
Well, I mean, obviously, I do have a certain affinity when it comes to the magical fires. But you know, just a thought. There's some fire amber. Yes.
Well, was there actually anything of import down here?
Yeah, somebody might be putting explosives in toys.
Ah.
I think that's important.
So there was a connection between the two. I was busy making sure we didn't all explode.
That is a good point.
I didn't.
Actually, there's a locked door up here, Nav, if you want to try and open it. I don't know if there's anything useful up here, but...
I'll be there as soon as the walls load in.
No, it's... Yep. Trust me, I get it.
No reason, I suppose, not to rifle through this insufferable man's stuff.
But he doesn't need it, does he? Ah, that's better. Oh, my poor feet. I mean, honestly.
Are there many places to sit on ships at sea?
There really aren't. No, it's very unusual to find somewhere. What's in here? Let me see. What's in the desk? Oh, some money. And a letter to Mamselle Amory. Station.
This man writes smut. Arthur writes smut.
I'm not terribly surprised.
Oh my goodness, this is...
Actually, you know, I think what Nav would probably say, what is smut?
Good point.
You can read, correct?
Yes, I can read.
Probably one for you, Veken, I think.
You'll either love this or hate it. And I don't know where you will fall. It's rubbish, but in the best way possible. Do not take it seriously.
Do you hand her a book or something?
Yeah, I hand her his book. This is particular garbage. Now, there's a difference between garbage and trash, but I'm not going to get into that. This one is garbage, just so you know. Garbage means it's actually bad. It's a lot.
Oh, the penmanship is awful. It looks like he's only using one hand.
He most likely is.
What?
I just understood that joke.
But, I normally only write with one hand. Why would you write with two hands? That makes
the
no
wrong
sense.
hand, then.
Yes, that would give you messy writing if you were. I mean, I'm lucky in that I am ambidextrous, can use both my hands.
Truly God's gifted.
I'm not sure I'm following this.
Lots of refugees here.
Probably whoever's been caught up from the Absolute's march, right?
Is romping
So-
an actual word?
I'm about to talk to somebody that, when you have a companion, has a lot to say, and I'm wondering what's going to happen if I talk to him now. So let's see.
Oh, is this the yeah?
Haven't you heard there's an army marching towards the city?
I took you for one of them for a moment. The refugees, that is. You're a recent
there.
arrival for sure, still bearing dust from the road. But you have something they lack. Dignity. These wretches have
big
nowhere
axe.
to call home, nothing to live off but what they carry, and nobody to
Help
help
them.
them but
How do you help
themselves. Me? I lighten their load. You'd be shocked by the sort of things they bring with them. Gold and jewels, they can't easily exchange. Heirlooms, rarities, sentimental items, even cremation urns. Alas, you can't eat grandmother's ashes, nor can you easily trade a golden candelabra for a bowl of soup. That is where I come in. Liquidity. Their heirlooms for my gold.
No.
At
So you
fair
make
prices,
money
I'm
off of
sure.
them.
Are you close enough, Veken, for a boost?
Let me see. Well, you still have an improved inspiration.
Okay.
And yeah, you're good.
Difficult to get a good day's trade done when I'm expected to keep watch for Shadowheart at the same time. Who knows when she'll finally turn up?
What?
Huh?
What?
He's waiting for Shadowheart.
Well, we certainly don't know where she is.
Yeah, she just
No,
wandered
she-
off into the darkness.
Yes,
I
I,
like
like
how
how
there's-
enough of our company.
I like how there's no option for you to be like, oh, Shadowheart's not around. She's gone.
Yeah.
Your point being?
Let me see what you have for sale. Oh, well.
Well,
the most what do you call it? The most well-known dwarven weapon ever, a throwing dwarven hammer.
Oh?
Homing weapon. This weapon will turn to the owner when thrown. A dwarf throwing this warhammer deals an extra 1 to 8 bludgeoning damage. The target is a large, huge, or gargantuan creature. The strike deals an extra 2 to 16 bludgeoning damage, plus 2 weapon
Nice.
I can't throw it because bind weapon doesn't let you throw anymore.
Oh. Sad.
As per usual, if there are any scrolls,
Scroll of
That's like,
Confusion, Scroll of Darkness, Scroll of Dominate Person, Scroll of Eye Bite.
the eye bite one could be. I believe I know that one.
Then I shall get it for you. Are you sure you
Well,
do not
very
wish
kind.
to have this heirloom? I'm sure it is of your people there. Back in
I would love it, but I just can't make good use of it. I could bind it and it's a throwing hammer. It's just I can't.
What weapon are you using now?
I am using the Sword of Life Stealing.
So this does, for me, 7 to 16 damage, and it has a +2 weapon enhancement.
This is a +2 weapon enhancement. I wish you could just like swap characters and like see. For me, it's this is a 1d6 +7 piercing.
This is
But
a
I can like
1d10 +6.
Yeah, I can make use of that.
All right.
Even if I just bash with it,
The hammer is yours, Veken, and the scroll is yours, Victor.
I never thought I would see anything like this. Xre'nav'Ira, would you like the Sword of Life Stealing?
I'm not sure I'll have a particular use for it.
My question is, why is this random peddler searching for Shadowheart?
Yes. Well, I suppose that's a problem that doesn't quite concern us anymore.
Veken, there is, if we want to investigate those toys, there's probably someone that I should talk to here.
Give me a sec. I need to sell stuff.
Yeah, I understand.
Back off and return to your homes. That's an order.
All right, there we go. I have money now.
I'm down to 50 weight, thankfully, because I was almost at max.
Oh, wait.
I'm not paid to debate with civilians.
Has anyone checked if different merchants pay differently?
I don't think they pay differently unless you have reputation with that particular.
Yeah, I think that's.
Make trouble.
Where is?
Just seems like this guy would make sense to shortchange you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the guy that you should talk to, Veken, is this guy here.
Which one? Ah, there he is. This
Man
dwarf.
recent. These wretches have nowhere.
I
to fall.
man up next door.
Charity is alas, you cannot eat grandmother's ashes, nor can you easily trade a golden candle.
I'll wait for somebody else to sell to.
Donations?
Donations for what? Looks like
Actually, that hammer looks fucking bad. That's
yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
I'll make a donation. What do you need?
Food, sundries, gold. These poor refugee sods need all the help they can get.
Listen, man up. Something. We discovered something. I need to get into the bond right now. Something dangerous could be amongst that. Wow, that's a really low DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. And I rolled fairly low.
I'm gonna let you through because I don't want to take any risks. But you better not be lying.
Dwarf to dwarf? Of course not.
I'm paid to take down troublemakers.
Nav,
I'm a
Hang on.
mountain home, don't you know?
I'm on my way.
If this is a trap, I think you should be in here.
Yes.
There's been a report of danger, contraband, and donations. We're going to check it out.
Why? All these goods have already been checked in.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Fist.
And I'm not going to move because I know where
Forward
it is.
do your job.
The donation checks back here. The locked one. I failed my investigation check.
Yeah, be very careful. Don't.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!
Well, it looks like you found them.
I didn't do anything. I was just standing there.
Man up, Nestor. What the fuck?
I just stood there and I didn't
Now
pick
get some
anything
room.
up. I didn't touch
I need to
anything.
make sure the rest of these donations
What the
are safe.
hell?
You try and find
This
whoever's
this is why I
responsible for
try not to metagame shit like
There's
that.
stuff collapsing in the background.
That's okay.
Oh, that's
Somebody
great.
randomly got negative attitude with me, so apparently I'm the one who tripped it off.
Mm-hmm.
Doric Man's upset with me. Fucking hell.
Right, so it wasn't actually me.
It's abominable.
Good job.
All right, well, let's go fucking... I'm gonna go break off his knees. I got a big new hammer and I want to use it.
I'll take that.
That seems.
The more I'm on the road with all of you, the more I'm looking like how my family wanted me to.
I do believe we have found our tiefling friends.
There's a pig there.
Which
with
these ones. I forgot about them.
Ah, here you are. I'm a little bit lost.
There's the caster.
I suppose I'd better speak to them then. Hello. Oh.
I bet somebody drank it, Ma. Might even be me.
You're not sassy. I'd put my money on Christine.
Oh, I think he can look out for himself once he's healed.
Oh. That is sad news. I was going to say, which one?
That was the couple, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Zaru, though. Zaru's here.
Can I nudge, wink, wink, one more thing, and then I'll stop?
She help out a bit more.
Someone talk to that guy.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
The guard in the back.
Oh, yeah. He is...
Oh, do you know already?
No, I don't. He's just out in a weird spot and also is
Gotcha.
level 12.
Ah, yeah. Victor, would you like to?
Yes. So chat with this.
We'll let Victor go.
And I swear that'll be the last one. I'll try to do my best.
Hello
There's
there.
so much stuff to
Hail,
miss in this
friend.
game.
Fine day, isn't it? Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first
Unfortunately,
time in
no.
Baldur's Gate?
My personal
No offense
concern.
intended, just being friendly. You won't find many others making the effort. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous.
Well, I wonder if I could do anything to ease these people
I've
of
been
burdens.
asking myself the same question. I wouldn't be the first to interfere. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldarians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach them a lesson they'd never forget.
Right. I think that, being a uniformed officer, be enough to quiet
The
them all
flaming
down.
fist isn't what it used to be. It's grown weak, corruptible, soft.
Yeah.
It's down to honest citizens like me to stand up for what's right, uniform or no. That lot round the front, they've got it coming to them.
Seems to be looking for a fight.
These are some fucking extreme responses.
Yeah. But I mean, I would have thought that if the refugees have more than they need, they should probably give some of them back to spread the wealth, as it were.
Too bloody right. But will they share? Not a chance. Those
Oh.
refugees have been leeching on our city for too long. If we don't show them that we mean business, they'll bleed us dry.
Oh, that's not
We need to
quite what I
march round the
meant.
front and kill every last one of them.
I'm
Let's see
sorry.
them eat our food with their guts on the floor. What do you say?
No.
This is
You're
the
a
kind
monster.
of this is the kind of thing the eye enjoys.
Tell them! I'll cut out their eyes and make them watch.
What the hell?
Yeah, I thought he had
Oh.
a weird ass neck.
Oh, jeez.
So, you're the lick spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's
No, God damn it.
begging, sniffing for our stones. Gortash won't like that. A throat
Sit
with a
down.
black hand can't choke the spit from. You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought.
What is our orcish
Right.
friend screaming
The
about?
lordling,
Is he stuck on a roof again?
Oren is watching.
Yeah, yes. Okay. Whoa!
No, Oren,
Right.
shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
Are you okay, Victor?
Well,
What are
no,
you yelling about?
Well, the guard that was kind of standing there, wasn't actually a guard. You remember that, that woman that looked like she was made of blood and veins and flesh and stuff? The one with the dagger.
Yes.
Balls champion.
Yeah, it was her. She was here, and
Standing
she
guard
was
in front of a
advocating.
barn.
Well, she was advocating the murder of innocent people. I thought it was a bit strange, so I called them out on it, and she turned into the champion. And yes, I think I need to lie down. That was
Are
she
you
could have
sure
just
you've been
stabbed
eating
me.
enough today, Victor?
Well, yes, oh, she knows who we are.
Yes.
Help out a bit more.
But she was really scary.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
okay, but she could come and kill us now.
I'm sure
She can kill us
will,
whenever she wants to.
which is
She's a
the
shapeshifter.
question is why she is not.
A toy with us, probably.
Why do you not all seem worried by this?
Because it's not necessarily new information.
It's also
The
something-
shape-shifting bit is new, but
the best we can do is allow one of us to get their throats slit. He looks over at Victor, and when that's done, we all wake up and kill her. That's fine.
we also still have that scroll.
He gives
Perfect.
a grin and just walks away.
An excellent plan. Foolproof.
Jack.
Victor, just make sure you scream real loudly, okay?
You gotta do it fast so that we can hear it before your throat's cut.
Yes.
Once blood's in the esophagus, it's all downhill from there. Where's Arthur, by the way? He's at an inn, correct?
Oh, he ran
you're
off somewhere.
joking?
Only a little bit.
If you're joking.
Ah, I told you the carnival's in town.
There is so much wrong with that.
Oh my. What?
Paramidius and Fred are cleaners.
Well,
Oh,
Nab,
shit.
would you like to see a circus? I'm not sure if you've ever seen one before.
What is this nonsense? Is
It
that
is
a
nonsense.
ghoul?
Left up here with no coin and nothing to do.
No, it is not.
Yeah, why you are so unbothered by this turn of events.
We are fighting. Listen, I want you to take this into perspective, Victor. We just fought a god. A shape-shifting assassin is a few rings lower than that.
And there's a ghoul in a clown outfit that people are just conversing with.
That is odd, I will admit.
Yeah, I'm not. There must be a necromancer around.
Is it a ghoul? Are you sure about that?
It's
Hey,
cool.
look.
Stinks of cheese. Between his
Oh, fuck, I would love this one.
potatoes. How dare you?
Well, somebody had to
What
say
in the
something
hell is all
eventually.
of this?
A necessity, good sir. The Steel Watch loves pretending sweet Rivington doesn't exist. So we have decided to protect you, dear patrons. No
What?
need to thank us. You'll be allowed in once I've done this batch. Next!
I'm sorry.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the
good
circus of the
grief.
last days.
You've tamed a ghoul. That's
Circus there is.
interesting.
This is Benjamin. Say hi, Benji. Benji here checks all our patrons to make sure none of you are vicious murderers. Can't be too careful. But enough of this. The circus is a place of joy and distraction, so come inside and forget your worries.
Okay.
No problem, dear patron. Benji just has to check if you're a vicious murderer. Benji?
How is...
Is there a particular reason I shouldn't lay this corpse down?
It's just an act, don't worry.
Oh, well, that's a first. Usually I'd allow you in, but in these times, I can take no chances. Move along. No circus for you.
Well,
is this normal custom, Veken?
It's custom to have somebody check you out. Like,
I didn't know
I'm
you
actually.
I didn't know you had proficiency in intimidation. Actually, is that a half-orc thing? Do you get that on
that might be a half-orc thing.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
The thing is that
Well,
it's usually just a bit, like something they just do for you. Like,
it might be extra security, considering there is an army marching towards us.
Oh, that's... Yes, I'm here to entertain.
I told Lucretius forever ago that we needed some more razzmatazz on the big stage.
Oh, I can definitely do that for
Welcome
you.
to the circus. A motley crew of misfits and morons. We're happy to have you.
I wonder what he would do if I talked to him as an entertainer.
Probably give you a bard advantage roll.
Well, entertainer's my background too.
Now, there is a reason why I tried to give us access to whoever tamed the ghoul. They are powerful indeed, and
so Cindarl looks down at Veken and nudges him and gives is trying to hide a grin. He goes, well, we must find infiltrators of any sort and kind. A place like this would be very how do you say it, keen for such
distraction.
Yes.
It's also an extra plane of circus. Apparently, last day is well known. So I'm going to have a bard duel with this man over here, though. So
is it genuine? Are they really? I mean, will we find extra planar beings here?
I do believe I see a Djinn right over there.
Good grief, this is incredible.
There seems to be a dryad over there.
What is all this?
Cindarl,
what is happening right now?
Cindarl is grinning ear to ear.
You love the circus.
He's enjoying confusion.
What the hell did you just call me?
Hideous! Vile! You are fortunate to have found me, freakish one. Behold! Akabi's Wheel of Wonders. Spin! To win prizes beyond your tiny imagination and make your miserable life more bearable.
Well, what kind of thing can I win?
Has traveled across the plains, burning and conquering all. Win the spoils of such conquest.
Interesting.
If luck smiles upon you, win the grand prize, the jackpot.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I would have.
And what is that
No more
jackpot?
questions. Spin or don't.
Sometimes they also have
interesting
apparel while you're here.
You're trying to trick me, aren't you?
Pities you. Begone, miserable one.
A trickster.
Yes, why would a conquering elemental fire... What?
Incredible. I would love that set
Ugly
of fights.
Yes. Behold! Akabi's Wheel of Wonders. Spin!
Veken,
Seems rather paltry for a djinn.
Rises beyond your tiny imagination and make your miserable life more bearable.
What's the check?
Don't do it, Veken.
Spin or don't.
Well, it's all of our money, so I can't just spend 500 gold.
Go ahead. We have enough.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All
This
right.
won't end well.
If you have luck's favor.
You notice a glint in Akabi's beard. As it glows, the wheel moves away from the jackpot.
You cheating bastard.
He is cheating.
Alas, no jackpot for you, ugly one. But you may have this.
I know when it just played a swindler. You've rigged the spin.
You would accuse me, Akabi, destroyer of planes, of cheating.
Absolutely.
I am, however, feeling gracious, so I will forget this and allow you to spin again. Or I can turn you into something vile. Choose.
Do I go with the bard? Yeah, I go with the bard.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, I'd love to hear about the adventures of a famous djinn.
Wow, what a roll. Wow. What? Okay.
Oh. Yeah, you can.
Well,
Jesus. Just bloody hell.
have you done this before, Jack?
No.
He is
Oh,
the most
well.
magnificent and wondrous being in the realms. In fact,
I had a friend who told me I was in the perfect position to fuck with this guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
possible. You cheat! You cheated!
How dare you?
How does it feel, sucker? Rigging this game. I do look sorry.
Mewling.
Hey, Veken, bye. Have a good time.
What?
What the hell? I'm born to oblige him to listen to me.
Should I be
I
killing
am
this
the
thing?
greatest showman.
Where did he go?
Where's our friend?
Oh, have a lot of fun there, buddy.
Oh, I'm playing a stealth game. Can we quick save this? I'm playing
sure.
a stealth game
It
now.
is
You are,
actually
yeah.
10 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. This is very interesting because we can't help him.
This is so bad. Oh my gosh, I'm in Chult.
Yep.
We can't even see what you're doing.
You can double click his portrait.
On him, it'll bring him. Yeah. You can watch what he's doing.
But do we wanna watch this, or do we wanna pick
No,
up?
this it's 10 o'clock. Let's pick up with
With this malarkey.
All right. Well, that was certainly interesting. Yeah, I've heard about the djinn.
Amazing.
I've gotten to this point in my playthrough, my solo playthrough, but I just told him to fuck off. But this is certainly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what comes of this.
no, I'm guessing there's shit around here that I can
Oh
find.
yeah, there's lots of fun in there.
Now, looking
Amazing.
at their HP, I don't know how many there are. That's the only thing.
Hmm.
Because I could take at least 2 of these things.
They're not that hard. You should.
They only have 35 HP.
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay, fine.
Well, I suppose us and the rest of you at home or wherever you are will have to wait until next week for the thrilling adventures of Veken the Lost?
Jungle Explorer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm playing Lost now.
Yeah.
Yep, you are. You're playing Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right. So yeah, this was a nice way to end this particular episode. We started We started off pretty heavy. Cindarl and Nav apparently adopted a child together, and then we dealt with the enslavement of an entire people and having to work with the Illithid. So, carnival time at the end of all that seems a good way to relieve some stress. Well, for everyone except for the person now trapped on Dinosaur Island or wherever you are. So, until next week, this has been From Behind These Eyes. Let's go back up the list this time and see what everybody is doing until next we meet. Tal and Victor's glowing eyes.
Yes. Hello, hi everyone. So I'm Tal. You can find me under the Gamers Rest across your social media. So, a couple of things from me. I have a monthly Ko-fi over there, and as of next month, I'm going to be launching a new series, which is going to be called Twisted Tellings. And it's basically each month, if you join up, you'll get 2 rather horrendous, vicious monsters that are going to be based on grim tales. So we're going to take some of the stories and just twist them and make them something terrible that you can pop into your campaigns. So the first 2 will be out in February, and that's based on the first 2 grim tales. So that's the Cat and the Mouse and the Frog Prince. So look out for those. There's more details if you want to check out some information on that. It's over on my Ko-fi. You can just pop across and have a look. And then I also have a YouTube channel where I play games even worse than I play this. And you can pop across there. So at the moment, what have we got? We've got Pathfinder Kingmaker, Skyrim, Marvel's Midnight Suns, my own playthrough of Baldur's Gate, Dark Urge, and the fantastic Aliens Dark Descent, which is probably my favourite game at the moment. So yeah, so that is me.
Excellent. Sounds like some fun stuff. All right, up to the Eye.
I am the Eye. I am playing Cindarl, the Barbarian Paladin Pirate, follower of Tempest, and confused one at this moment who does not know what to do or how to do it. This is all I am doing until Zach gets a little bit more together with his sickness that he's been dealing with.
Going strong.
Yeah, and that's all I'm kind of working on is Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
All right. And speaking of which, everyone wish a swift recovery and well wishes to Zach, who continues to join us despite illness, which I know is rough. Zach, what you got going on?
Hey everybody, I am Zach, and apparently my voice is defaulted back down to radio announcer Zach because we hit that point in the night. 1 second.
Good timing.
Oh, mate.
Ow. Anyways, my name is Zach. I run a podcast called Schedule for Launch, where you can learn about cool upcoming indie projects, like next week's episode, which is focused on Solo Martial Blues, which is a solo action, kind of a little weird, really cool martial arts, low stakes, high emotion game about about kind of lifes of violence and the terrible things that happens with that. And that's going to be going on crowdfunder really soon. It's by James Kerr or Radio James Games. Really cool game. I do a lot of talks with indie creators. I had a lot of fun learning about this game. And if you're looking for a solo game, it's definitely something to be on the lookout for. I'm going to be doing more stuff. I'm hopefully going to be back to being able to stream soon. But until then, you can find me on Threads at Schedule for Launch, and you can watch me over on Twitch at Astroceratops. And eventually, I'm gonna kind of unify everything because I get that it's a little confusing to find stuff. So that's everything from me, though. Hopefully, Veken survives this because it's really funny.
Yes.
I also like that I'm in Chult, which is both my favorite and least favorite D&D supplement in Tomb of Annihilation. I don't know if any of you have read that. It's a hot mess with one of the coolest stories, but it's not well made. Imagine a grid-based thing with over 100 options, but only 10 of them have stuff located in there. Chapter 1, incredible, super cool, dinosaur racing. It's awesome. And then chapter 3 on is a railroad.
Yeah, we never got that far in our playthrough.
It's fun, but it's tough.
Yeah.
All right, and as always, you're already watching my channel. You know where to find me. I'm Jack. I've been playing Xre'nav'Ira, everyone's favorite Githzarai, who had quite some moments today. Quite some heavy, deep moments. Yeah, and I'm having a great time. Other things I am doing coming up. I've actually been keeping myself quite busy, both on and off air, trying to start the new year well. You know, except from crazy illness the first 2 weeks. But now that I am back and feeling a lot better, I am doing a lot of work. So there's a couple projects. I can only talk a little bit about this first one, but I want to throw the teaser out there. If you're interested in 1970s Hollywood actors / vampire hunters going after Dracula, stay tuned for more information. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, sounds like a really cool game. Sounds like a really cool show. So stay tuned. Well, here, it's not going to be here. It's going to be on somebody else's channel. I get to be a player. I get to be one of those 1970s movie-starred vampire hunters or whatever I decide to play. But you can hang out with me over on the Discord, RPGs Uncovered Discord, and over at the Twitters and the Blue Sky and the Threads, everything at RPGs Uncovered, or whatever the nomenclature is over there. And of course, my big project coming up. Actually, I'll save that one for last. Sneak one other little promo in here / call to action, call to help. I am looking to start doing one-shots monthly, run by myself. I'm going to pick a whole bunch of different games, between indie games, well-loved games out there, some great stuff. So I'm going to be running one-shots every month, probably starting in March. I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze one in February with everything else I'm working on, but starting in March. But also, I would like to invite guest GMs onto my channel so that we can diversify the stories that we tell and that we hear. I think it's very important that we share stories and that we come together, and one of the best ways to do that is by sitting around telling stories, collaboratively creating. So I am looking for other guest GMs of any, life experience, any way to diversify who we get to interact with and who we see on the channel and who's telling stories and the perspectives that they bring to those stories. So if that interests you, you can, there is a pinned tweet on all of the social medias that you can pin tweets on. That might just be Twitter right now, actually. But if you go over to the RPGs Uncovered Twitter, there's the pinned tweet is a Google form sign-up sheet for if you want to be a guest GM, or you want to be a player, or if you just want to contribute a game. So if you have a fun indie game you'd like to drop in the pile, if you'd like to run something yourself as a GM, or if you just like to throw your hat in the ring to come on the channel, go check that out. I'm planning on running one-shot myself and hosting another one-shot run by somebody else each month. So stay tuned for more of that, maybe in February, almost certainly in March, asterisks. But what I'm working on right now, and the reason that is taking so long to get to, my big series coming up this year, and I have my little trailer here for it, at least my little promo flyer. Starcrier, or the Starcrier Conflict, a Lancer story. If you like Farscape, if you like Battlestar Galactica, if you like Gundam, if you like Knights of Sidonia, I am smashing all of these together. We're taking the real world physics crunchiness of BSG, the bombastic space opera that is Farscape, and all the mecha high action goodness that is Knights of Sidonia and Gundam and all of those other fantastic shows. So stay tuned. I have put together an all-star cast for this. I got extremely lucky and extremely gifted with all the amazing performers. Some that I have worked with before, some that I've managed to bring on for the first time, but it is looking like it's going to be a fantastic show. I have some great ideas written already. We're doing a Session 0 coming up, in which I am sure I'm going to be gifted so many more ideas, and I'm already hearing some great things about the characters that they want to portray, and the really interesting little background details and hooks that they are already putting into this world that I'm creating, or at least piggybacking off of, because we are using the built-in Lancer setting, but a story that I wrote long before I even knew about Lancer. So I am very excited to be able to do this, especially with the amazing cast that I put together for this. So that is going to be on Sundays between 6:30, between 7 and 11 p.m. EST, 7 to 11 p.m. EST on Sundays. No official start date just yet, because I want to make sure all the pieces are together before I officially launch, but that is looking to be sometime mid to late February. So again, come hang out on the socials and the Discord if you would like to know more about that. I plan on dropping some teasers. I got some great things in the works, some more promotional stuff to come out, and I'm going to be dropping little hints and teasers and whatnot. That's all I have. I've been talking for a while. It's been a while since I've had that much stuff to announce, so even though it takes a while to get through, I am excited to have all these projects coming up. Anyway, I think that's all we have. As always, thank you for joining us. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Keep checking back here at RPGs Uncovered for all kinds of new stuff, apparently, coming up. And remember to check out all these awesome channels for all of the awesome stuff that they continually put out. Thanks for watching, folks. Happy time zone, and good night.